vast majority of these burglaries have occurred in Vermont and New Hampshire, primarily the southern portions of those states. Shortly, you're going to hear from some law enforcement officials involved in this case. The investigation is involved and far-reaching, so much so that the burglary investigations are still in progress and continue to be linked. Crimes continue to be linked to this series of crimes every week. We'd like to give you a definitive number of crimes, but it's not possible at this time. We can say with confidence that over 100 burglaries are involved in the larger joint investigation. These crimes were resolved through cooperative efforts of many local, county, and state law enforcement officers. While the scale of cooperation is noteworthy, the concept is not unusual. Cooperation between patrol officers, deputy sheriffs, and state troopers is the rule in rural law enforcement, not the exception. Right now, Windham County Deputy State's Attorney Stephen Brown is going to speak to you about this investigation.
Thank you, Lieutenant. In the late summer of 2011, law enforcement officials in the Windham County region began to notice a pattern of similar burglaries along the Connecticut River Valley. In October of 2011, at the direction of the Windham County State's Attorney, I moved to organize an information sharing meeting regarding these burglaries between the various law enforcement agencies. The working group of investigators began working together on these burglaries, sharing information and intelligence on MO, time and day, and other factors. In October of 2011, some critical information was developed during the investigation of a burglary in Cheshire County, New Hampshire, that led investigators to understand these burglaries span the river into the state of New Hampshire. The group of cooperating investigators grew to include over 14 law enforcement officers, dozens of law enforcement officials, including local, county, state investigators, and prosecutors from both New Hampshire and the state of Vermont. Information sharing meetings continued, involving investigators from both states. The larger group developed a comprehensive picture of these crimes that allowed investigators to narrow the investigation to a group of suspects. Because of the cooperation, evidence was compiled linking several suspects to approximately 100 burglaries in Vermont and New Hampshire, as well as several in Massachusetts, one in Maine, and one in the state of Virginia. And I'll hand it over to Trooper Otis.